Hi, I'm Nikita Jones.
Hey, I'm Chris Burke.
And our company, And Things Go Productions, is here to announce our new film, Hexed.
Written and directed by Mark Carrillo.
What he said.
So Hexed is about a mafia enforcer who just came out of prison. He gets back on the job, and he goes to collect money, and he kills a girl, and the girl's ghost ends up haunting him throughout the movie. One of the things that inspired me actually was an episode of The Sopranos, and it was an episode where Paulie had gone to a psychic, and though he didn't believe in ghosts, there was one there talking to him through the psychic, and that ghost happened to be somebody that he killed. So I thought to myself, there is absolutely no way that these guys go around killing all these people and they never get haunted. And then I thought to myself, why isn't there a horror movie about this?
My particular vision for Hexed is keeping things very dark, contrasty, in the shadows, hiding a lot of the characters, who they are, really just making it a mystery. And you know who the characters are, but you don't really know who they are, and you know their past, and kind of just hiding it.
I envision the lighting atmosphere of the film to be very dark and gritty, but starting off more normalized, just kind of like a regular drama, and then delving into more harsher shadows, smaller details being more emphasized by the lighting, until you get to the climax of the film.
What I'm most excited for in this movie is all of the cool camera angles we're going to do and how we're going to achieve those, because Mark has some great ideas.
I really like the idea of, because you always see these action movies where people just do killing left and right. And I like the idea of making a movie about them actually being haunted by their actions. I find that really interesting.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess I did pick myself as casting director, but it's not like I'm not qualified to do so. I'm an actor myself. I've been studying acting roughly for 3 years, but even before acting, I've been in the audition game since 2014, 2015, just for vocals. And so I know what to look for in an actor. I know what not to look for. So I think I can kind of guide Mark into choosing the right actors for his film.
Out of all the stories that I was writing at the time, I thought it was the one that could show the city off the most. I think it also tapped into my influences the most as well. It definitely represents a lot of the movies that I grew up watching, and I felt that as for my first movie, I thought I'd go with something that, I know very well. So this is definitely it.
Yeah, so in my location scouting for Hex, and things that I'm looking for is very a rundown 60s, 70s type feel, almost kind of like you're in your grandma's house a little bit. It ties into that giallo feel pretty well, and it's actually going to it'll give us a lot of creative liberties, when actually doing some set design.
So some of the influences from other movies, specifically Evil Dead, has been a huge influence on it. Just that very fast-paced, sort of semi-joking, but very semi-serious vibration to the movie was definitely something I wanted to bring. Also, that very cold, very colorful, symbolic influence from movies like Suspiria, other giallo movies as well, was definitely an influence on the movie too. Older 80s sort of pulp Italian horrors have been a huge influence. Lucio Fulci, Dario Argento have been just, tremendous in the project.
I took the inspiration from this film from a movie that I was on previously, along with a lot of games. A lot of games use a lot of different patterns for the lighting, and I'm taking a lot of video game inspirations into this one, and hopefully it'll be great for Mark.
There are no particular films that have influenced me for Hexed. I've watched a bunch of movies. I see what I like, pick and choose. Obviously, I'm picking darker feel movies for Hexed, hiding things in shadows, stuff like that.
Horror films that have influenced me for location scouting are totally In the House of Madness and Suspiria, actually. There's this vintagey vibe for one of the locations in the House of Madness, and There's just this retro-y, just overall creepy allure type feeling from Suspiria that is totally going to tie in well for this, because that is also a giallo film.
So, what inspired me from other horror movies was definitely Hitchcock. I think he was the first one, a revolutionary in his own right, to provide an audience with horror, but in a very cinematic and beautiful way. My favorite is Rebecca, and it's not necessarily bloody and gory, but just like the psychological thriller, the mind warfare that it has, that he created for not only his characters, but also what he puts his audience through. I think it's something quite magical, and how that kind of ties into Hex. I mean, sorry, Mark, you're no Hitchcock, but Hex is not only just a blood and gore. It's, you know, it's a lens into Italian mafia culture, and I think that's something very unique that Mark has done beautifully, and I'm here to help him.
Giallo's very interesting. It's sort of a Italian exploitation films, pretty much, and I guess signatures of Giallo and arguably would be just very colorful and symbolic storytelling as well, keeping the story and the plot mysterious. You know, have been influences from Giallo. You know, I don't think the movie is full on Giallo. I mean, there are a lot of modern influences as well. But you'll find that a lot of like the colors in the movies and the symbolisms match that style.
What inspired me to kind of really jump into this project as gaffer is after reading the script and knowing Chris for a very long time, especially after high school, I just fell in love with the project, and I just really want to be a part of it, even if it's going to cost me an arm and a leg.
What inspired me to be a part of the crew for this particular movie was that when And Things Go production calls me, I'm there. I also really like horror, and I thought that this would be a really, really fun movie to be a part of.
One last question for you. How do you feel about filming on your birthday?
I feel great about it. I feel great. It was a great day because, you know, I got...
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friend. Happy birthday to you. Cool, thank you. So with your donation, it'll ensure that we get this done right, that we get it done quick, and that we get it done safely as well. It's going to be a great movie. We're trying to get the vision together the way we would like it to be, and then, you know, unfortunately that does involve money. So we put together a little preview here to help entice everybody. But again, we our funds are a little low because we're at the beginning. So we hope that you sort of excuse the method of the trailer of the film. So I'm gonna kind of just jump into it. Okay, guys, here we go. Dark City, New York. Fuck, man, this fucking face, huh? Comes like Lucci, just came out of jail, serving 10 years. Fuck! Fucking face! Fuck! Oh my God! What's going on? This is terrible! And that's it. It's white, because that's the end of the trailer. So hopefully you guys like what you saw, and you would like to turn all this into a reality. Let us know, and definitely help us out. All right, cool. That was a fun take. That was the best I've ever seen.
Hello.
Wow.
Written by Mark.
You forgot his name?
No, it's
Yes.
We're here. I'm Nikita Jones, and I'm the casting director. And I didn't feel like I was yelling. Okay.
What was the question?
That's why I was
My bag's all the way back there. My lips are chapped.
It's gonna be okay.
Oh, that's right. We have an intro, right? Yeah.
What do you think you're here for?